Understanding Plato's theory of forms. In many of his dialogues, Plato mentions supersensible entities he calls forms or ideas. So, for example, in the Phaedo, we are told that particular sensible equal things, for example, equal sticks or stones, see Phaedo 74-75d, are equal because of their participation, or sharing in the character of the form of equality, which is absolutely, changelessly, perfectly, and essentially equal. Plato sometimes characterizes this participation in the form as a kind of imaging or approximation of the form. The same may be said of the many things that are greater or smaller and the forms of great and small, Phaedo 75 CD, or the many tall things in the form of tall, Phaedo 100E, or the many beautiful things in the form of beauty, Phaedo 75 CD, Symposium 211E, Republic 5.476c. When Plato writes about instances of forms approximating forms, it is easy to infer that for Plato, forms are exemplars. If so, Plato believes that the form of beauty is perfect beauty, the form of justice is perfect justice, and so forth. Conceiving of forms in this way was important to Plato because it enabled the philosopher who grasps the entities to be best able to judge to what extent sensible instances of the forms are good examples of the forms they approximate. Scholars disagree about the scope of what is often called the theory of forms, and question whether Plato began holding that there are only forms for a small range of properties, such as tallness, equality, justice, beauty, and so on, and then widen the scope to include forms corresponding to every term that can be applied to a multiplicity of instances. In the Republic, he writes as if there may be a great multiplicity of forms. For example, in Book X of that work, we find him writing about the form of bed. See Republic X.596b. He may have come to believe that for any set of things that shares some property, there is a form that gives unity to the set of things, and univocity to the term by which we refer to members of that set of things. Knowledge involves the recognition of the forms, Republic V.475E-480a, and any reliable application of this knowledge will involve the ability to compare the particular sensible instantiations of a property to the form.